just invite you to come in and have a little chat with me. I am actually taking a little break. I have a conversation that's coming up very soon with somebody that's going to be amazing on my podcast, The Sexy Side of Menopause. So, what I wanted to do is just invite you to lean in with me for a few minutes while I go into my mindfulness. I actually was doing a newsletter that went out this past week and it's on mindfulness and I just wanted to show you like how my mind works. So as I'm sitting here and I send these emails out of my newsletter, these are literally things that I practice. And I think for many women, we're overstressed. We probably have jobs that are just taxing us to no end. And I'm working on a workshop to help you with that area of life. That'll be coming probably as we get into the holiday season. But I just want you to know that what I'm living, I actually am putting into my newsletters, in my communications, in my conversations on YouTube, on social media platforms, for you to actually borrow and bring into your life. It only takes just a couple of things to give you a pivot from where you are. So, in some of my conversation with women, it's just like there's just not enough time in the day. And I get it because I actually had one of those careers where commuting 6 o'clock in the morning on the metro, going into Washington, D.C., working sometimes 9, 10, 11, 12 hours, depending on what type of calendar we had. So I get it, but I always found time, and that's my umbrella. The wind is blowing, if you see it. I always found time for my mindfulness. I always found time for me. And I really truly believe that that served me so much in this space of where I am now. And I'm just going to read off a couple of things that I sent in the newsletter. So if you're not on the mailing list, I encourage you to do so. That's like beverlyhillscoaching.com, and you'll just get it in your inbox. I try to send out like two a month, but it talks about mindful practices to reduce menopause symptoms. Stress is one of those things that can compound your body's like state of influx. And if you're not practicing things to slow down, then it's like a train going off a track. At some point, you'll be in the doctor's office with medications or a mandate to take a vacation and find a new job. Hello, everybody who's joining us. I see a couple of names. So appreciate you being here. Hello, hello, hello. So I want to encourage you. We're not into the holiday season, but the change is happening. As I'm sitting in my on my deck looking at my backyard, I see the leaves on the trees are changing. They used to be so vibrant and green, but now they're starting to turn a little yellow and then a little brown is showing up. So that's the indication that seasons change, and as that happens, the trees are starting to show it's time to make a shift. So if you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again and not getting good results, and you're not healthy at this stage of menopause, start incorporating some new things. So let me stop talking and just give you a couple of them. And you probably know them, but do them. Don't just know them, do them, execute them. One is deep breathing. I took a yoga class when I was in college. Oh my God, decades and decades and decades ago. But I took a yoga class, and this was outside of my comfort zone. Nobody I knew had been taking yoga classes, but you're in college, you get a chance to experiment and try new things. So I took this yoga class, and the class was so like zen and easy and freeing. Let me tell you what happened. I fell asleep. I fell asleep in the class. I totally fell asleep. And when I reflect back on that, it's just like school was so stressful, and being in that yoga class helped me to take a moment, relax. And the basis of what I got from that yoga class, it was about breathing. So if you're sitting at your desk or your kids are running around and everything's getting kind of crazy, take some breaths. Go in the bathroom, close the door. That's what I used to do when I was at work. It's just like, you know what, I need to go to the bathroom. And I would close the door and I would just, oh, right now, just sitting right here. I mean, I'm already like not stressed, but I can feel the difference. There's a shift that happens, but you have to lean into it. You have to practice it. So I would encourage you to start with breathing. And once you notice that you're seeing and feeling a shift, start practicing it more. In the morning when you get up, it's really great to do a lot of deep breathing to get the oxygen that's been in your lungs overnight out and express to get some new fresh. It revitalizes you. So I know it's probably one of those things you heard a million times, but have you actually practiced it? Please do that one little thing. If you could practice it in the mornings when you get up, it'll help you get like a little more clarity in the morning. Like you wake up, you kind of foggy. That'll help with that. I had a client that I work with. She used to have to commute a long time, and she's like, before she went into her job, she had to pray. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's pray, and let's bring our body in a state of balance and do some deep breathing. And she did that, and she said she noticed a big shift in the way she approached her day. And you don't have to wait until some stressful time comes. You know, just find a couple of minutes, walk away from your desk, and just do some deep breathing as you're walking away. Okay. So I'm looking at my time. I tell you, I so appreciate you here. I have these intentions of being on just 3 or 4 minutes and drop a nugget, and I just start talking, and it's just like so much more comes out, which is why I have a podcast now, so I can do it for an hour. But my desire is just to give you some tools and strategies because there's so much that we go through during this stage. It's so much. So bringing in little things can make a difference. And that's what I'm here because there's a lot of voices out there about all of the challenges and the negative stuff. And it is a journey, this menopause, and it's something to me that's part of the mindset. Are you going to let it take you over, or are you going to lean into it and find out what you need to do to navigate it strategically and successfully? So, the next thing that I'm going to share that I do, along with the breathing and the yoga, is I work on mindfulness practices by using affirmations. So, some of you may have a tendency to just get out of bed and just run and just start going. But having affirmations can help you set the tone in your day, something positive. And sometimes it's building yourself up, even though it might be difficult to tackle the day. But as you do it over time, it starts to give you that level of enthusiasm, that thirst for life. And there's a book by Louise Hay that really talks about that. So if you haven't actually incorporated affirmations, I would encourage you to check that out because it's really simple, really easy. But I'm actually doing much more in depth types of affirmations. So I just wanted to share that with you. And as I'm looking at my time, 10 minutes, I'll just share one more. Journaling. Journaling is one of those things, if you have a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, things that are happening in your world, start journaling. It's a way of getting everything that's in your mind that has you so stressful out on paper, and it actually shifts a little bit. I was actually in a event. This was a business event of high profile, high net worth women. And that was an exercise that we actually did in that practice. Was they gave us a half a sheet of paper, and we're supposed to do something on one half of the sheet of paper and something on the other half. So I won't go into all of it. But the first half of the sheet of paper is to just write down things that are stressful for you that you need to move beyond. So there's a lot more detail, but you could just take that little nugget right there and try to focus on moving what's in your mind that's stressing you and getting it out on paper. And that'll help you to release some of the mind chatter. They call it the monkey mind that keeps you all tied up in knots and stressful. And then another aspect of that is like rip the paper up, and that signifies like whatever that is that's bothering you is starting to make that process of getting rid of it and purging it. And you can also burn it. That's one of the things that I like to do is burn it. So ladies, I hope that was helpful for you. I have so much more that I can share. My newsletter actually had 6 tips on what you can do to lean into mindfulness, to have a better way of navigating the menopause journey. So if that was helpful for you, it would be nice to just put it in the comment. Like, mindfulness was helpful, the breathing practice was helpful, yoga, whatever it was, because as we learn, we teach. So if you learn something, share it with someone else. If you need help with something, I am definitely here to support you. So I'm Beverly with Beverly Hills Health and Wellness Coaching. I'm a certified health coach, and I'm the founder of the Body and Lifestyle Academy, where I help women to break through the stigma of menopause and lean into a fabulous, confident, and sexy new vision of themselves through a holistic journey that I refer to as stepping into a powerful next level life. So thank you for being here. All of the people that were here, all of the beautiful comments. It's just such a pleasure to be here and serve you. So I hope to see you again soon here. Take care, and everyone have a lovely day. Bye. It's always fun to try to turn this off. Bye now.